Honestly, whenever it's Christmas time, it's hard not to think of Santa. The legend of the jolly old man bringing gifts and joy to children and families can be traced all the way back to the year 280. But in our ever-growing and commercialized world, Santa isn't just one jolly old fellow. In fact, it's turned into a paid job, and you'd probably be able to catch 2 or 3 around the same block of a busy city. So what does it really mean to be Santa Claus in today's era and time? This is the Oddball Jobs series, and today we'll be overviewing the professional Santa Claus job. Santa Claus began with a saint named Saint Nicholas. He had a reputation for secret gift-giving, especially for children. When he passed away, the idea of Santa Claus was left behind for others to describe and portray. Over time, more and more was added to the image of Santa Claus, snowballing into how we know him today. In the 1920s, Coca-Cola used a more modern version of Santa Claus in their advertising. Thus, the plump, wholesome Santa Claus began to be commercialized and capitalized upon. Nowadays, Christmas time is a massive opportunity for all sorts of businesses and professional Santas. You've all seen movies that feature the mocking of fake Santas in malls, particularly in the movie Elf. But what does it really mean to be a professional Kris Kringle, and what does it take? In short, being a modern St. Nicholas isn't as easy as you might think. There are 2 main types of Santas: mall Santas and private event or freelance Santas. The mall Kris Kringles are probably what you're most familiar with. Parents and their children line up in the mall waiting to talk and take a picture with Santa. This job usually consists of older Santas who may not have the energy to host private events. Freelance Santas are featured at corporate and private parties, tree lightings, and even visit homes. Either way, the goal is to play the role of Santa Claus. This requires certain qualities that may not always be easy to obtain. First, you gotta look the part to play the part. Nowadays, some malls may be willing to hire all sorts of Santas, no matter the race, height, or belly. But to increase your chances, you usually want a round tummy, a nice big fluffy beard, and preferably above 50 years of age. But the most important thing is passion. To be Saint Nick, you need to really become him, not just act like him. Santas deal with some of the hardest customers, children, and they can be really sneaky and catch your act. In addition to being able to work with children, you've got to be cheerful, happy, and hardworking. You've also got to be creative and be able to adapt. Every so often, you might end up with a young child who goes potty right on your lap, or an older child who asks a trickier question. If you've got the personality and enthusiasm to be Santa though, you may not need to worry too much about coming up with answers to tricky questions yourself. Surprisingly, and I definitely didn't know this, but there are actually Santa schools that focus on teaching people how to be Santa. The most famous and oldest Santa school is Howard Santa Claus School, located in Midland, Michigan. But there are definitely others that teach similar skills. This includes bleaching your beard if you have one, or picking the best outfits, and developing the best ho-ho-ho. Of course, they'll teach you how to answer questions, calm children down, deal with snarky parents, and plenty of other tricks of the trade when it comes to being jolly old Saint Nick. Schooling isn't mandatory, but a certificate would look well on your application and certification. Now, being Santa isn't cheap. It requires some prior investments. Other than the school, as I said before, you've got to look like the man himself. This means buying an outfit yourself, and the more professional, the better. Most professional Santas end up investing in a higher quality suit, which can be from $900 to $2,500. In addition, you'll also need a high quality belt and the boots, as well as the hat and glasses if needed. And most Santas need several suits, just in case of accidents. Now for the salary and money. How much a Santa earns really depends on their skills, looks, experience, and enthusiasm. As a mall Santa, you'll probably earn around $10 to $50 per hour, though some may be able to earn up to the hundreds in certain parts of the US. As mentioned before, the number of Saint Nics are increasing, which means lower pay and more competition. Some malls may be able to pay you more if you stay for the full season, which is usually around 40 days. You might be able to rake in anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000 during that time, but it could be tiring, as usually you'd be working 6-hour shifts per day. If you go to events or self-promote, you could probably be able to charge more for the hour. For example, $100 to $350 an hour, and can earn upwards $20,000 with the exchange of energy and time. That's what they call holiday spirit. Recently, we've also seen the rise of radio or podcast Santas. If you have a Santa sounding voice but may not have the looks to play the part, you might be able to find opportunities. I have neither, so I'll pass on that. Typically, they'll pay less, around $10, but there are some that can pay up to $30 or more for you to play the role of Santa over the radio. Other kinds of Santas, usually more famous ones or actors, include Santas that feature in movies, shows, commercials, advertisements, magazines, and newspapers. If you're considering to pursue this as a possible career, here are some friendly tips from websites and other Santas alike. Number 1. Start the season early. Many jobs are already filled in October, so start searching in September and contacting malls or events. If you're just starting out, look for smaller malls, as the bigger ones will likely already have their annual Santa. Number 2. Start growing a beard or grooming yours. Without a substantial amount of facial hair, you're going to have to pay up to $2,000 for a realistic fake one, while still running the risk of a child yanking it off. If the beard you have isn't exactly the right color, that's alright. Most Santas need to bleach their beard anyway, usually at a salon. Number 3. Start a website or profile. This way you can build trust and eventual clients. There are a number of sites, but a good one is Gig Salad, one of the best sites to book live entertainment. Others include Facebook groups and forums like ClawsNet, where Santas discuss answers to different and difficult questions from children. Number 4. Network with other Santas. This will prevent burnout and overload, especially on Christmas Day. You'll also gain valuable knowledge and experience from others. One of the best ways to do this is attend Santa school, but you can also do it online. Number 5. Book return visits after establishing good connections with clients. This is usually for freelance Santas, and this means that you can go back to existing clients who may want you back and are familiar with you. Number 6. Learn to laugh and stay in character. Be prepared to give the best ho ho ho, not like mine, that you've ever given, and set the holiday mood and spirit. To sum it up, being Kris Kringle might not be as easy as you'd think. Depending on the demand and the number of competing Santas in the area, they may not even be paid that much. However, it can be extremely emotionally rewarding. Most Santas really love their job because they cherish the ability to bring joy to children and families, and seeing the children happy can really lift your spirits up as well. Without these Santas spreading Christmas joy and cheer, the holiday season just might not be the same. So that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and if I got anything wrong. My goal was to give an overview, so this is by no means comprehensive. Also, are any of you professional Santas or know anyone that is? If you are, what is your origin story? And how did you decide to become a Santa? Do you have any opinions about the job? I personally think that these Santas are really hardworking, and I really admire that they are able to spread so much joy to everyone. And regarding the channel, what other topics or types of jobs would you like me to cover? Any suggestions or questions, please leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and share to let more people know about it. Thank you all for watching.